Denny Van here, your host with Heartfelt Awakening Radio. We are continuing talking about the spiritual awakening process for self-directed healing. Today, we are talking about the alchemy of self-directed healing. And this comes down to what we call the 4 pillars. And the 4 pillars are the foundation that everyone learns when they're working with me, either one-on-one or as a group, doing the work. And the first pillar is the starting point. What we do is we incorporate the pain scale. We take a look at where you are right now with your connection to your mind, your body, your breath, and your spirit, looking inside and using the pain scale, because we're making what's subjective objective. So we can take an objective look at what is going on within. And so with the first pillar of understanding, all right, where am I with connection to my body? On the pain scale, 1, no problem. 10, the worst. So 10 is the absolute worst. And so we ask questions or answer statements on where we are in these 4 areas of you, your connection to your mind, connection to your body, your breath, and your spirit. And we use the pain scale for this, with 10 being the worst. So answering statements like, I am connected to some questions that we answer. Some of the questions that we answer are, where are we on the pain scale when it comes to our relationship with our mind? Does your mind kind of take over? Do you have mind tsunamis? Are you able to have a calm mind when there's chaos going on around you? Check in with you. Where are you with your relationship with your mind? Because from a spiritual perspective, you are not your mind. Our mind is a tool. And if we come from the perspective that we are our mind, this right here causes a disconnect within us. So if we can transcend the mind and see the activity of the mind, this already makes us connected to this larger unseen part of us. Next is, how are you connected to your body? Where are you when it comes to connection with your body? Where are you when it comes to connection with your breath? I hear people breathing just sitting at their desk. I'll be at work and a coworker is a couple offices down, and yet I can still hear them breathing at their desk. We unconsciously are taking in gulps of air, and then we wonder why we're experiencing anxiety later on. We're taking in breath for maybe 3 or 4 people. Our breath is slow, deep, and relaxed. And where are you with connection to your spirit? So many people come to me asking, I want to connect to my angels. I want to connect to my guides. They're completely disconnected from them. And so where are you when it's this connection to this unseen metaphysical part of you? And so we go through this first part by going inside and asking these questions and making an honest assessment. All right, where am I with my relationship to my body? I'm a 10. I could really use a completely new body. So where are you when it comes to these things? And it's so important to kind of get an idea of where you are in these 4 areas, because we learn the power of creativity and imagination. We combine using the 2nd chakra, which is the sacral chakra. This is our sexual and creativity center. We combine this with the 6th chakra, the 3rd eye chakra. This is creativity and imagination. And we use tools and exercises to activate these within us. It's not something I can give you. It's a gift you already have within you that is now waking up. This is a good thing, because as we combine this powerful creativity and imagination, this is when we activate this larger unseen part of us. And we learn how we are the genie and the bottle. We are the physical and the metaphysical. I am not this body. This body is with me on borrowed time. This body belongs to the earth. This body has a birth date and it's going to have an end date. But there is something about me that has no beginning or end. This is the part we connect to. This is when the magic happens. This is when your precious gift, your focus, awareness, and attention begins to become clear with what you're putting it on. If you're looking at all the bad things in the world and wondering why there's so many bad things in the world, this is why. You're using your focus, awareness, and attention to put it on the bad things in the world. Then you create an energetic cycle that brings you more of this. And it's not spiritual bypassing if we no longer feed it. The best thing to do is hold that in the highest possible light with the highest, best possible results. Then leave it. Take your focus, awareness, and attention and get very clear on what you want to put it on, what you want to see more of. And this is when we start to get very selfish with what we're putting our focus, awareness, and attention on. This is a vital pillar. Understanding your most precious gift. This pillar is your most precious gift, your focus, awareness, and attention. And we teach you got to get selfish with it. You must get selfish with it in order to begin to see change, the change you want to see in your world. And so with the alchemy of this self-directed healing, we set up these pillars first and foremost. Once these pillars are set up, then we set up the healing team. And we're going to get into more of exactly what the healing team is and how to set it up in the next podcast. But today, remembering the 4 pillars and the birth of this method and how this alchemy of self-directed healing depends on these 4 pillars. And starting where you are, that there's nothing that you need to fix, change, or anything about you other than going inside, taking an assessment on where you are in these 4 areas of your life. Then you ignite your power of creativity and imagination. This is the 2nd and the 6th chakra working together when you activate this larger unseen part of you and understanding how you are the physical and the metaphysical, the seen and the unseen. And you begin to become more and more aware of what your most precious gift is. And I'll tell you right now, your most precious gift is your focus, awareness, and attention. And get selfish with what you're putting that on, because what you're putting it on comes back to you more. So now we're going to get into the power of the healing team and steps to create your healing team. Because remember, this is self-directed healing. I'm just here to point you the way, but you are the one who must do the work. It must come from the inside out, because nothing outside of you is it. Nothing outside of you is it. It must happen inside, and it must be experienced. And this experience creates a frequency that science is just now calling coherence. And this is when the heart and the mind come into that space of unity. Science is now able to measure this within us, to know that you are in that space of unity. And that's when healing happens. All right, so next we're going to get into the power of the healing team. What is involved with the healing team and how to set up your healing team. I'll see you then.